But there is a universal, ancient method of health, vibrancy, and longevity, which is something you should kind of have in your toolbox to use. It can make you feel better, sleep better, have better cognitive function. Your brain will work better. You'll be happier. You won't be depressed. You'll have a nice flat stomach. Would you like a nice flat stomach?
He's built multi-million-dollar companies. His explosive books on health and wealth have sold over 60 million copies. Now, The Kevin Trudeau Show they don't want you to know.
I'm not a medical doctor, but as a researcher, or at the time you could call me a journalist or a researcher or an investigative reporter, you know, those guys get a lot of data if they're smart. They can really ask the right questions and dig deep and find answers that some of the people that went to school for these things, they just don't know. So I researched natural ways to cure and prevent disease. And one of the things that kept coming up was fasting. And this didn't make any sense to me. It's like fasting. What does that mean? It means you don't eat. You just drink water? That's a fast? I mean, read in the Bible, Jesus fasted for like 30 days in the desert. Are you saying that he didn't eat anything? All he drank was water? That's a fast? What's the definition of fasting? And I started realizing that the word fasting has different definitions. When you say, I am fasting, some people are still eating food. Some people are just putting everything in a blender and blending it up, and then they're drinking food in a blender, and they say, I'm fasting. Well, you're not fasting. You're eating liquid food. You can't take a bunch of vegetables, throw it in a blender, and say, oh, I'm not chewing, therefore I'm fasting. No, you're just eating liquid food. That's not a fast. A fast is you don't eat anything. And a true fast is all you do is drink pure water, pure spring or filtered water. You drink water like a gallon of water a day, and you put nothing else in your body. That's a fast. As a matter of fact, you don't even put on any makeup. You don't put on any lotions on the skin, because whatever you put on the skin absorbs into the body. So you don't put any lotions on. You don't put anything on your skin. You don't drink coffee or tea. You don't squeeze lemon in the water. You just drink pure water and eat nothing. And that's a water fast or a pure fast. But as I was researching this, I found that there are some little modifications to a water fast that actually create bigger miracles faster. Dr. Paavo Airola wrote a book back in the 70s called The Miracle of Juice Fasting. I don't think you can even find the book today. And I got that book and I read that book. And it was awesome because the book was filled with real life true stories of people that had everything from arthritis, back pain, bursitis, gastrointestinal problems, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, brain fog, severe depression, eczema, dandruff, acne, bad breath, mood swings, erectile dysfunction. People couldn't sleep. People had no energy. They had gas and bloating, and they had kind of a fat stomach. They had massive food cravings. They were always hungry. They had massive cravings for certain kinds of food, whether it was alcohol or sugar or dairy products or bread. They had these specific cravings, M&Ms, ice cream, different types of food cravings that were driving them insane and kind of crazy. Cravings for chocolate, all these health issues that people had. And when they went through this juice fast protocol, the response and the results were just almost like you couldn't write this in a Hollywood movie. People were getting cured. Miracle, miracle, miracle. It's like the blind see and the lame walk. It was like, this can't be real. Well, there was a place back then. Actually, it was a magazine. They didn't have the internet. And it was called Spa Finders. You had to get this magazine, and it was pretty thick. And this company went around the world and went to these various health resorts or spas or meditation centers or weight loss centers or exercise centers where people would go to for 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, and sometimes 30 days. And there were many of them around the world. Some of them were health-oriented. Some of them were for weight loss. Some of them were for medical issues. Some of them were strictly for rest and relaxation. Other places were beauty-oriented. You'd go there and you get a lot of facial treatments and facial, different types of things on your face and red light therapy and magnet therapy, things to improve your looks or youth and longevity. Some of them were anti-aging clinics. Some of them were exercise facilities where you're designed to get into great shape. Some of them were more yoga-based and meditation-based, mindfulness-based. And this book was phenomenal. So I started researching this, and I found a place in Key West, Florida. It's no longer there, but it was back in the 80s. It was called the Russell House. Enid Bandler was the director. Key West, Florida. And guess what they did? They did one thing, fasting. And guess what kind of fast they did? They said, we use the Dr. Paavo Airola juice fasting protocol. And you can come for as long as you want, up to 30 days. And I thought, 30 days? Who's going to do a 30-day fast and not eat? Some people went there for 3 days. Some people went for 5 or 7, 10 days, 14 days, 21 days, 30 days. So I thought, I want to test this out. So I called and I said, what's a good fast? Is it 3 days or what's a good fast? He goes, well, a 3-day fast is great, fantastic, especially if you've never fasted before. Most people come 5 to 7 days because they'll lose 10 to 15 pounds, and it really kicks in. The benefits of the fast really don't start kicking in until the 3rd or 4th day. That's when it starts to kick in. Day 1 of the fast, day 2 of the fast, day 3 of the fast are kind of the body's figuring out what's happening. Then starting on the 4th day, that's when the benefits really start kicking in, and toxins and poisons and all diseased tissue starts to be eliminated from your body. And that's when the miracles start. So ideally, you can get a flat stomach in 3 days. But if you want health benefits, you got to be there at least 5. And we recommend at least 7. 10 is better. 14 is even better. 21 is kind of the magic number. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.